Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad that you've joined me for this episode because this is going to be a special one. We've arrived in Douglas and it was really quite an unexpectedly good crossing considering what the weather looked like when we left. The Isle of Man is in the middle of the Irish Sea, and the Irish Sea can be very unforgiving. Liverpool to Douglas is approximately 97 nautical miles. That's 112 normal miles, British miles, or 180.3 kilometres. And the crossing takes, with the Sea Cat, only just under 3 hours, about 2 hours and 45 minutes. We are now passing the Quids Inn. Yeah, it's a well-known pub, and apparently, I'm not sure if it's still the case, but you used to have to pay a quid to get in. That's how it got its name. This is my first time in Douglas, and so far, to be honest, it's looking absolutely lovely. And I must admit, I am getting very lucky with the weather. This is an interesting part of the tour because the Isle of Man is actually an island that I've never visited in the past. So I'm very, very, very glad to be visiting it now. I'm going to take advantage of the weather now because the weather is looking so unbelievably good and much better than I was expecting. So anybody that's followed the series up until now, or last year's tour, will know that I tend to explore. I will find streets and roads that haven't been probably ridden for a very long time. But because it's my first time in Douglas, I'm just going to have a little ride around the city, and have a really good look at the roads. I'm picking up on the vibe, which is absolutely brilliant. I mean, look at this. Horse-drawn tram. Is it a tram? I think it is. I think it's in rails. I'm not sure. My mum would have loved it. But that sign there, right there, grandstand. TT grandstand. And now we're getting much closer to the reason that I've wanted to come here for so long. The roads here are looking absolutely great, in wonderful condition. And look at this. I mean, where else? I've only seen those kind of buildings, seriously, in the British Isles, spread across the country, but I've never seen that kind of architecture anywhere else. I'm starting to formulate a little bit of a plan. I'd love to go coast to coast, so this is a kind of route that I would like to take. This is using the main roads. I will try and find smaller roads. However, that means I will be taking in the first part of the TT course, mountain course, and then hitting the coast. I'm hoping it's going to give me lots of lovely views. I'd love to see the sea anyway. And then come back to Douglas. The beach here is wonderful too. I've chosen the accommodation, which is the Edelweiss. It's small, it's only a bed and breakfast. However, the location is great, and it's very close to the beginning of the mountain course. And here, denoted by the TT signs, the whole course is labelled out. You can see exactly where you are on the course. With the bends, and those signposts are everywhere, all the way along the course. And for me, this is the best bit about this whole trip. And seeing the red and white barriers, seeing that on a normal road, a normal country road, and knowing the speed speeds, the riders, unbelievable. Anybody that's seen the Isle of Man races will understand what I'm saying. I am riding this at the moment because of the traffic in at normal speeds. I could speed this up probably 4 times and not reach the speeds that the Isle of Man racers reach on basically country roads. And it's giving me an awesome kick. But, you know, even I need to have a pit stop now and again. I'm sure this is something that the couriers didn't need to do. And I'm fast, but obviously they would have been a lot faster if there'd have been a problem. Perhaps, maybe not. I'm not sure if they have pit stops. The TT is a very, very, very fast race, and yeah, if you have a problem, then you have a much, much bigger problem. And talking of problems, it's not so much a problem, but obviously this part of the island is the TT circuit. It attracts tourists, it attracts people just like me wanting to ride on the TT circuit. Yeah. I am getting a little bit tired of the view up front, and as much as it is in an awesome trike, and also 3 wheels, not unlike the vehicle that I'm riding, I don't want to be looking at a trike. And to be honest, my target today is actually to reach the coast. I'm planning on losing this guy quite soon. If he doesn't turn off, even if he does turn off actually, I'm going to find another route to get off and away from the tourists. I want quiet roads. I love quiet roads, and this is a lovely island, and I don't need to be riding in traffic for this experience. So I'm going to be looking for an alternative in a minute, and I'm hoping that it will give me what I'm looking for. Right, great. It looks like he's turned off. However, I have now another route. I'm going to be heading towards Peel, which is basically on the coast. And I'm hoping that that's going to give me some fun. I just had to do it. I had to do it. I haven't done that for at least 2 episodes, I think. It's just, you know, when the opportunity arises. And yeah, I just want to mention here that this looks absolutely gorgeous, and it was, and the weather's absolutely brilliant as well. The streets were tiny. Absolutely tiny, and these are all like 2-way roads, and it's something that us Europeans tend to be kind of used to, but I've got American friends that still have nightmares about the size of the roads here, especially as they're 2-way. Getting excited now because I just got a little glimpse of the sea, and it was a very, very nice glimpse of the sea because the colour of the sea was absolutely brilliant. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. It was like a very, very, very deep blue. Much bluer than I was kind of expecting it to be. I mean, at the end of the day, it's still the Irish Sea. The camera is a little bit too low to be able to see over the hedgerows. British, of course. All of the country lanes are like lines, but now and again, wow, you get that view. Unbelievable. It's the great thing about the British countryside. About every single bend, there is a different view. You just can't see it coming, and bam, there it is. Look at it. Look at the colour. It's like crystal blue. I can't really describe it. And the route. I mean, my route today. And this is what I mean about traffic. If you can avoid the traffic, even if it's a route that other people perhaps don't normally take, it's worth it. I can't believe it. I've got the road to myself again. What a result. Now I'm going to be heading up to Ramsey. So I'm going to be rejoining the TT circuit shortly. And I'm just hoping that from now I'm not going to be completely blocked in by tourists. This is looking relatively quiet at the moment. That's good. If it gets busy again, yeah, I mean I'm going to be going through villages. You kind of expect it, but this is kind of my preferred ride. Quiet roads, not too much traffic. And even though this is in the middle of the school holidays, in the middle of the summer, it's still quieter than I was expecting. So that's great. This is exactly the kind of ride I wanted to have. Look at it, it's a beautiful route, nothing in front. And I'm passing them by. Bye trikes. They're awesome machines, but I just don't want one in front of me. Not today, not with this route. The landscape is actually starting now to become a lot more interesting, and it's beautiful, absolutely lovely. I knew very little about this island before coming here, absolutely nothing really. Yeah, of course it's famous for the TT races and many other races. There are more circuits on this island, as I will be discovering tomorrow. It's wonderful. And he just gets it, you know. I applaud this guy. Mountain course is the mountain course. So you think mountain, really? This is a very, 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 very nice part of the course. Very nice. Every time I go past one of those grandstands, you kind of imagine them full of people, and even if the races go past for a split second, that atmosphere, that wind as the races go past, and the sound that the motors make, the engines, you can't compare it to anything else. I just wonder how it's going to be when everything's electric. Is that going to be the case? The other nice thing about being a tourist is I can stop whenever I want to. So here we go. This is Ramsey Harbour, the dock, and it's absolutely lovely. I've just ridden over the bridge. However, I didn't realise until now that I can't ride back, and I wanted to film going over the bridge, but I don't want to go round in circles. So with one eye on the weather, seriously, it changes literally every 10 minutes. 1 minute it's sun, and the next minute it's cloud. I am now going to have to put my rain gear back on, which not too happy about still. It's just too warm. It's not cold, but it just keeps raining, and then it's sunny, and then it rains again, and then it's sunny, and then it rains again. However, that's just one of the parts of biking, and you just have to live with it. So I mentioned it earlier that this is a very nice part of the course. Lots of twisties. This is elements of this course that I absolutely love are the twisties. That's a biking thing. I will do anything to find twisty roads. Search Google Maps, search the area that I'm staying in to find twisty roads, hairpins, steep hills if I can find them, gradients that are ridiculous. I absolutely love it, and the higher you are, the better the views. This is the combination of everything, and I think it's ticking a lot of buttons. It's a beautiful island. The road condition is phenomenal, absolutely brilliant. Considering these are absolutely normal country roads, and yes, it is a circuit, but at the end of the day, they are seriously normal roads, and these are high up. I'm high up here. The views are great, absolutely great, and it's a very fast part of the course. This is a great part of the course. I'm really enjoying it, really enjoying it. It's just the weather. The weather is not doing what it should be doing. It's okay, it's not chucking it down, but I want sun. I want sun for this part of the course. And I'm hoping maybe over the next couple of days the weather's going to improve a little bit, and I'm going to get some awesome film. We are coming up now to my absolute favourite part of the course. It's the fastest part of the course. This little place right there is a turning point, and it's a well-known turning point because people that like to do this part of the road like to do it more often. So that's the place where they stop, turn around and go back and do it again. And I know why. It's absolutely brilliant. It's long and straight, and the view normally is fantastic. Yeah, because of the weather, it's now virtually invisible. Time to get a coffee and take 5 minutes to relax. This is a very well-known stopping place. I believe it's the Cregny Bar. Yeah, probably didn't pronounce it properly, so my apologies. However, I'm now heading back to the accommodation. So this is literally just that very last part of the course leading back into Douglas. Once around the roundabout, literally you go back down, and it's fairly small. You're back on the promenade, and the accommodation is on the promenade, and it's a great location. I'm really happy. Once back at the accommodation, I've been blessed with low tide. Wonderful. Had to walk out to the shoreline, had to do it. Sun was shining, didn't look behind me. Yeah, in the space of 3 minutes I got soaked. Thankfully, day 3 looks like the weather is playing game. Now on the A5, it's a very, very well-known place, Fairy Bridge. And I did say hello. In fact, I shouted it. It happens very fast because it's a fast road and you have to know where it is. Now I'm heading down south. I want to see a different part of the island, and to be honest, it's beautiful, all of it. The route is lovely. It's all bends and twisties. It's tree lined, it's green, it's countrified. Yeah, there is traffic. There is a little bit of traffic, but it's not as bad as the TT route. Saying that, I find myself on another circuit. This is something to do with the Castletown circuit, I believe. And this is a time during the holidays where there are races run. It's not a time right now. I'm here in a moment between the big races, the GP and the TT. The GP's coming. There's another race coming. But this course, I mean, I can imagine why people would love to do this course. It's everything. It's open. I mean, look at this. it encourages you to open the gas. It just does. It just does. Long open roads. This is a nice section, and look at that view. I mean, obviously the racers, they're not looking at the views. They don't have time to look at the views, and that's what I am doing. I'm not sure how much of this you see actually during the races. Look at that. Can you imagine? I mean, it's a shame that the temperature's not just a little bit warmer. I would seriously want to just stop. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. I'm so happy with this. So I'm heading down towards Port Erin, or Erin, and there is a beach, and I'm hoping that I can at least stop, maybe get an ice cream or another coffee. Why not? And I'm not responsible for the car alarm. Port Erin. Here we go. It's been a lovely route getting here, and this is right on the coast, so I'm hoping to be able to get close to the water. Following navigation, and it's sending me down, heading downhill anyway. This is looking good. Yes, exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, see, right, he gets it as well. Respect his tone. See, again, this is absolutely good. Look, a white sand beach, blue water. Absolutely gorgeous. I could seriously, I could live here. I think I'm in love with this place. So it's exactly the kind of landscape I love. It's got a bit of everything, you know. You're on the coast, so you have the sea. Unbelievable architecture. Out of the 1930s or something. Deco. You have ups and downs, twisties, and I'm quite chill. You know, I'm quite chilled out now. I've done what I kind of wanted to do today, and everything else that I do today is relaxed. The weather. Look at the weather. The sun is shining. I haven't seen a raindrop all day, and I shouldn't really say that because anything can change. These roads are unbelievable and so quiet, and I've got all to myself. I'm feeling like, what am I feeling like? Queen of the road. I can't say king of the road. Queen of the road. I'm feeling like queen of the road. It's so relaxed. It's difficult to bring it across. I'm now going to head up north, back up towards the circuit, the TT circuit. I want to ride the part of the circuit that I didn't ride yesterday because I headed out to the coast, and now I want to ride it pretty much completely. Okay, I had Port Erin in between, but I can join the course pretty much where the trike turned off yesterday. He was following the TT course, and I went off towards Peel. I'm now going to be able to complete the course, basically, the circuit. And hopefully, if the weather stays like this, and it looks like it's going to, it'll make it much better to film, especially across the top of the mountain. If it does stay like this, I should be able to see the sea from more places. That's what I'm hoping. You're high enough. And unfortunately, yeah, again, because I've joined the TT circuit, Traffic. I mean, you know, it's unavoidable, but I could just try and find a place to stop again and let them go. However, I've done that a couple of times earlier, and what happens is that somebody else takes their place, and not everybody's going to pull over for you, and these two don't want to pull over, and I literally had to follow them for ages. So eventually when I do get rid of them, you'll notice that the tempo goes up. It's not easy to overtake traffic here, it just isn't. If they're not going to slow up, pull over for you, sometimes you're stuck with them for ages, you've got no clear view. And I'm a safety advocate. I believe it's better to ride defensively and live to ride another day than it is to take the risk and regret it instantly. And eventually they do pull over, pull off, turn off, and you find yourself with a clear view. Yeah, it's annoying if you're sat looking at the same vehicle for a very, very, very long time. Yeah, I get distracted. Yeah, you slow down, but this is not a place I want to slow down. And this is what I meant about the views. You're up high, you can see for miles. You can really seriously see for miles. And I was really hoping for this. And there it is, the sea. You can see it from here. And probably when I turn the corner, I'll be able to see the sea on the other side. It's an amazing experience. You really are very high up. Very, very high up. Just past the Joey Dunlop Memorial. I will be stopping there, but not now, today. I'm enjoying the weather too much. I can stop there another moment. In fact, tomorrow it's on route. It's on the route that I'm thinking of taking. There's a couple of places I want to go to. And right now, I need to take all this in. Sometimes you just have to stop and take it all in. It's sometimes difficult to put it into words. People don't really understand why I like doing this kind of thing. It's different to driving a car. You can't really compare this to driving a car. You experience everything. Look at the view. That's what I mean. You turn the corner and you see sun. You turn the corner, you see shadow. You turn the corner again and it's trees and valleys, and the next corner you see the sea. But I decided that I would need to do this. I needed to stop. I needed to stop here today and just take in what I'm actually doing here and enjoying it. I can't explain this. This is one of the best things I've ever done. Awesome. As usual, there were loads of people here, and yeah, you get into conversations, and these were really, really nice people. Visitors and residents, I believe. A lady that lived on the island, and a guy that was visiting from South Africa, that I actually followed on part of this with biking, you meet the best people. Absolutely. One big family. I'm going to make a stop on the way back, and we're about to witness something that doesn't happen very often. This. Literally, I had to wait for a car, which is now the one that you see in the background leaving, and I had to back up to make this bend. How sharp does a hairpin bend have to be for me to have to stop and back up to take it? I'm tiny. I'm tiny. Seriously. On the way back up, I actually stop, so you get a better look at it, and I don't exaggerate. And this is very nice, but it's not the beach. And this is the beach. And what a beach it is. It's absolutely the ideal beach. And okay, the weather's fantastic, so that's playing a part, but look at it. A perfect little bay, absolutely surrounded by hills, and it really is inviting. If the temperature was around 30 degrees, I'd have been stripping off the gear, literally. Yeah, puddles. See, I mean, thankfully I haven't had that much water today, really. I've been very, very lucky. But yeah, and here we go. Yep, there's the hairpin. That's the hairpin I'm talking about. I mean, look at it. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's not even. It's smaller than a U-turn. Day 4. My route today is going to take me off the circuit. I've actually been around the circuit now pretty much 3 times. I haven't filmed it all, obviously, which I have sometimes myself. However, this route is going to take me past the Joey Dunlop Memorial, where I actually stopped and took photos, which I might show later. Just here, I actually go to the left, and that takes me right into the area where the mountain is, and it's a beautiful, beautiful route. I'm still testing camera angles and different ways of using the cameras that I have. I use GoPro cameras, and this is kind of a nice camera angle because it shows you actually how stable the cameras are. Yeah, that was an ouch moment. Yeah, and I think the rest of it is still on my face. There are more things I like about the Riker. Yeah, cattle grids. Cattle grids. I used to hate cattle grids. And having the Riker, it's so stable. It makes such a huge difference. I seem to have got lucky with my route again. Well, yeah, obviously, the cattle grids the cattle grids are a fact. But I'm not. There's no traffic. Or traffic? What's traffic? You know, I'm just in an area of the island, obviously, that is not as busy as the rest. I'm not on the circuit. Maybe that's it. Yeah, motorcycles only. This is a place that understands motorcyclists. I'm going to visit this museum because it's full of history. I mean, come on. I spent quite a lot of time here. Yes, I'm a woman. That doesn't necessarily mean to say that I don't like motor history. And this is an island to experience it. What an awesome place this was. You can't really make it up, but everything I think that I remember about this trip the most happened on the way back from the motor museum. It seriously did, including the sheep encounter. This was so sweet. I think it was at this moment he decided, like, you know, why am I running, actually? I'm going to stand my ground. There he is. But yeah, you know, that's why the cattle grids are there. It just keeps them in certain areas. You know, they have to do something. Just warning him. Yeah, slow down. Yeah, and there it goes. Out of the corner of my eye. Yep. I thought I saw it. I don't know what made me look down. I saw it in the mirror. The car didn't stop. In blind panic, back to the place. I just got very lucky. Very, very lucky. I just cannot be without rain gear. So now that everything's fixed down again and I'm all zipped up and nothing's going to escape, I can turn around again. Right now all I want to do is get back to the accommodation, and I couldn't even be bothered to blow up the camper. Seriously. How do you say you don't want neighbours without saying you don't want neighbours? But that was an absolutely gorgeous house. I mean, what a location. Look at his views. What's he waking up at? And hairpins. He has hairpins. I think this is the end to a perfect day. Hairpins. Look at this. Look at this. I really hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I enjoyed riding that circuit. What a great island, the Isle of Man.